Jordan's house.
Yo.
Regular episode. Jordan, say hello.
Hello. What? Why are you looking at me?
It's just funny how you mixed up hundreds and thousands of years.
Yeah, I mixed up 100 and 1,000.
And you get, because you got real, you do the thing that where you double down and you triple down and you quadruple down.
I wasn't thinking.
And you get all fucking worked up, and then I tell you that I know what I'm talking about, and
I wasn't thinking properly. I was thinking of the.
If you want to hear what we're referencing, go check out last week's Patreon episode.
No, I'm serious. You don't believe me, but I'm telling you, I get the with the centuries and the hundreds and the thousands, like I get them all weird, like mixed up all the time. You know. Anyway.
I mean, like it makes sense, I guess, but like we live in the 21st century,
right?
But it's not the year 21,000,
right? Obviously, yeah.
I mean, you were really.
I was just not. I wasn't thinking
psycho
correctly.
On me about this shit.
No, I wasn't thinking because I remember I was like, because it all went downhill after the first 2000 before BC. Anyway.
Sure. Sure, buddy.
Yeah, because
Have I told you about like all of the drama with like various like homeless people and vagrants like around my job?
No.
It's very lively.
There's a problem?
I mean, kind of. It's just...
Is Baltimore going to do the Newsom thing? Where they're just going to get rid of them? Be like...
No.
No more you.
No, because they're fucking white. But... No, like... My job is situated on like a street where like we have a lot of foot traffic. And we have a lot of foot traffic from like... homeless people and like people who like get really fucked up and blah blah blah. So like we kind of have to like interact with and deal with like a larger number of like people that hang out on the streets than like maybe your average citizen does.
Right.
And there's like a guy that kind of like stalks my job, which is like very frustrating because he's like schizophrenic as fuck. And like has one-sided beef with like one of my coworkers, and so just kind of like harasses us, and like it's just like really weird and annoying. He like screams at our like door and like throws things and like spits on things, and like it's really weird.
Ew, okay.
Yeah, he like hit my coworker once in front of a bunch of cops.
And the cops were like, well,
dude, that guy's crazy. I don't know what you expect us to do.
Yeah.
And my coworker was like, I was just fucking assaulted. Like, can you guys do something? And they're like, what? The guy's crazy. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's got schizophrenia. We can't do anything.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know, but he's fucking crazy. Just like go away from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, there's a lady that like hangs out in that neighborhood, and everyone kind of knows her. And she is very volatile. You know, she's like very openly like on crack. Like she just like smokes a lot of crack. And like, and I will preface this and then sort of like do this under the overarching idea that like no one has anything against like homeless people or like people who do drugs on the streets or whatever. You know what I mean? Like no one's like, fuck you, you filthy piece of shit. It's only when you're like an asshole that people are like, dude, fuck you. And by that, I mean like the people that like work in my job's neighborhood, right?
Oh, okay.
Because there are really nice homeless people, unhoused, whatever the fuck you want to call them this week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People, and no one's like annoyed at them. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, there's that guy. Oh, there's that woman. Like she's cool. She's nice. Like she hangs out. You know what I mean? Like they'll give them like odd jobs every once in a while. They're like, buy their like obviously stolen stuff that they're charging way too much money for. You know what I mean? It's like they're around, but then there's also people that come through who just like they suck. They're just like mean, or they like break into cars, or they like steal shit, and they like kind of suck. And so like we had this issue at my job for about a month where like this person sort of like moved into the parking lot like near where my job is. Like, you know, like brought like a shopping cart with like a bunch of random shit and made like a weird little like tent fort thing. Mm-hmm. But then like once she moved in, like vehicles were getting broken into. Like one of my work vans got broken into and someone like slept in there and like left some of their personal affects in the van.
Ooh, drugs, you mean?
No, like a fucking spent vape and like a spent like crack lighter and stuff.
Okay.
And we were immediately like, oh, that's definitely like that lady. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I've seen her.
Oh, but you're assuming.
It's fine.
Which makes you
fucking right. Makes me observant.
Yeah.
Makes me really good at having an attention for detail.
Mm-hmm.
But no, so like whatever, like this woman moved in and she like, we couldn't prove anything, but we were like pretty sure that she was kind of like fucking shit up in the neighborhood, and like the people that she was kind of like bringing around to like party with her and like stay in like that parking lot were like also probably just like fucking shit up and like breaking in the vehicles and like slashing tires and like going through like the restaurants in the area were having this really big problem with people like breaking into their like unchained dumpsters and like emptying out the dumpster like onto the street, like looking for food scraps or like anything, right? And so then like people come to work at 7:00 in the morning at like a bar and like the entire street's just like full of bar trash.
Yeah.
And then the city comes and is like, you gotta clean this shit
up.
So
what's going on? Like what's the punchline?
So anyway, I'm painting a scene, you piece of shit.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Because like it didn't get hostile, but the prevailing attitude in that neighborhood was kind of like, hey, that woman kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah, let's get rid of her with her.
And the only time I've ever interacted with her has been very negative because she just like is fucked up and kind of like chases me.
She chases you, bro?
Yeah, she's chased me twice.
But what is she like? What for?
It's because she's fucking out of her mind on fucking crack and then just like is yelling into the ether and then just looks at someone and then that's who her attention is now on.
Uh-huh.
And then she starts yelling at you. Like she like follows people into restaurants like, you know, yeah, keep on walking, motherfucker. I'll fucking kill you.
Okay.
And it's like people who are just like walking from their car to like a fucking bar or like a restaurant or like an anything. And then just like this weird little lady comes around a corner and she's like, I told you never to look at me again, bitch. I'm going to fucking stab you. And people are like, what? And then they like try to walk away and she like follows, you know what I mean? It's just crazy shit.
Okay. So what's the solution?
There is no solution. There is no solution. But what I'm trying to fucking get at, Jordan,
Jesus.
God damn it. Is I've only had negative interactions with this woman and she's really not pleasant.
Yeah.
And then 2 days ago, I was leaving work and met up with a friend and my friend had like given me some food from like her job in exchange for like me buying her a pack of cigarettes. And so we go to the gas station and I get into the gas station and I'm in there and that homeless lady is in there too trying to buy a lighter. And she's like not fucked up. So she's like a normal person. And I've never seen her like acting like a normal person. And she was like, she turned around.
Normal person?
Yes.
Damn, dude.
Nice try, Jordan. And so like she turned around and she looked at me and she's like, oh, hey, honey, how are you? And I was like, oh, what? I'm good. How are you? And then she was like, I'm doing good. You're really handsome. Have I ever told you how handsome you are? Oh,
God.
And I was like, no, you haven't.
Like, that's my last name.
Well, I was like, no, you haven't. Normally when you see me, you're like screaming at me from like across the parking lot. And then she started laughing and she's like, oh, you know how it is out there. And I was like,
that's what I do sometimes.
Yeah, and I was like, I know how it is, I guess. And then she was like, yeah, but like, she's like, yeah, like blah, blah, blah. Like, you're really handsome. And I was like, thank you. And then, no. And then so she was like, yeah, she's like, it's really tough out there sometimes, but I'm getting my shit together. And I was like, that's great. And she's like, yeah, like tomorrow's my birthday. I turned 49 and I'll be goddamn if I let these people kill me before I get to my birthday. And I was like,
who's trying to kill you?
you'll get there, dude. You got it. You know what I mean? And she's like, I know I fucking will. And they gave me like an elbow bump. And I was like, fuck yeah. And then she was
so
like,
your views have totally changed. You think she should live there and be like, okay.
No, I don't want anything to do with this woman. But we were locked into like a 2 foot by 6 foot space.
Yeah.
And so then she went on to be like, yeah, you know, like my birthday's tomorrow and I'm going to make it there. Like, but my baby father's like is trying to kill me. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what? And she was like, yeah, he's tried to kill me 4 times in the past month. Like he paid some dude $75 to kill me. And I was like,
that's cheap.
And I straight up was like, dude, that sucks. And she was like, yeah, I know, it's crazy. And I was like, no, it sucks that your life's only worth $75 to this man. And she was like, I know, I gave him 4 kids. And he thinks I'm only worth $75.
Holy shit.
And then I was like, dude, this is crazy. And then she's like, yeah, she's like, they shot at me 2 times. And then the 3rd time they put Freon in my crack. And I was like, dude, that's fucking nuts.
Will that kill you?
If you smoke Freon?
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know what it is. I know you can like overdose from huffing Freon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's like refrigerator stuff, right?
Yeah, it's refrigerator coolant. But I know you can die from huffing it. But she was like, yeah, they're putting Freon in my crack, so I had to get a new crack dealer because I found out that my baby daddy found my crack dealer and paid him a bunch of money to fucking lace my crack to kill me. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, that sounds awful. And she's like, yeah, and I gotta find a new place to live, but I don't really give a shit about that, like, because I'm a survivor. You know, she did that whole thing.
I'm a survivor. Yeah.
And she started singing some Beyonce. And I was like, dude, that's really intense, man. Like, I hope you figure it out. And then she's like, oh, you know I will, like that kind of thing. And then I like walked outside and met my friend and gave her the cigarettes. And as I like walked outside and pulled out this pack of cigarettes, the homeless lady was like, hey, I hate to ask you, but like, can I borrow or can I have a cigarette? And I was like, they're not mine. Like, I bought them for her. And it's like pointing at my friend. And my friend like would not look up from her phone. And then like the homeless lady was like, oh, they're hers. And then my friend just like without skipping a beat just looked up and was like, fuck off. And then like went back to her phone because she works at one of the restaurants that like this lady trashes all the time. And straight up the homeless lady was like, yeah, I deserve that. See ya. And then just like walked away. It was so funny. And I do find it funny because like I used to have a lot more.
It's like from a sitcom.
It kind of is, yeah. I used to have a lot more friends that were like on the streets like that, or like homeless, or would like, they had places to live, but during the day they would just like kind of like beg or like panhandle or like spange for like enough money to get like crack or heroin, and then just get fucked up, and then eventually like take the bus home and stuff. And it is still interesting, but I just don't have these experiences as much anymore, where like they would have like those moments of clarity. And it's like, oh, you're just like being a dude today.
Yeah.
Like, you're not like screaming at people in front of Unimart.
Can I get another?
And like hollering at people in their cars saying that they're feds that are following you home. But instead you're just like talking to me about how like when you were in high school, you were like really into geography. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're really good at small talk, aren't you?
Oh, I can do it all day.
Yeah. I can't. I'm not very good at small talk.
You're not good at all.
Well, here's the thing: it's
really painful sometimes to watch you try and like hold a conversation with someone that you don't really know, because you just like shut down and like stare down at your shoes.
Here's the thing: I when someone says, "Hey, how's it going?" I go, I don't even say good. I just go, "What's up, dude? How's it going?" And then like I have nothing else, and it's like I need like new small talk arsenal. You know what I mean?
But see, that's the thing is, if you're already thinking about it in terms of like, I need stuff in the bag to do my small talk, then you're not doing small talk, man.
Exactly.
You're like not talking.
I have a lot of trouble with it, man. Like, it sucks. Like I'm just not very good at it. Like okay, try it. Say, hey, how's it going, man?
What?
Ask me how it's going.
How's it going, man?
What's up, dude?
Yeah, but see,
like I don't even answer it. Is one problem.
You're doing it on purpose now because you're trying to do a bit that's failing. But like, am I wrong?
I don't know.
Do you think this bit's going well?
You're not playing good.
No, but like the best, if I was to give you actual advice, it's just like fucking just yes and that shit, dude.
Yeah.
But also it is because I actually am interested in what random people have to say, because my baseline for meeting a random person is you're probably fucking crazy. And this is going to be really funny for me to later tell my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how I approach everyone.
Yeah. For me, it's like a lot of yeahs. It's a lot of yeah. Cool.
Oh no. I really want to like get to the bottom of what's your deal.
I'm too scared. I'm going to say something like that's going to piss him off. That's my problem too.
Oh, like the other day I was sitting at the bar and one of my friends was there with me and she was like standing next to me, but she's like way older and is like very visibly gay. Yeah. Like is like very much like, oh, you're like a really old lesbian.
Yeah.
And we were like talking and hanging out and she's very grumpy. And so she was just complaining about like drunk, loud people at the bar, but doing it like really loud and everyone could definitely hear her. Mm-hmm. And so then like I went to the bathroom and came back. And she's just like losing her mind laughing. And I was like, what's up? And she was like, this fucking idiot sitting next to me asked if we were married. And I was like, well, did you tell him that we were? And she was like, yeah. I said, of course we're married. But she did like a very dramatic thing. Because again, like she is the most clockable old lesbian you've ever met.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's very funny because the joke is it's obvious that you're gay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then so we kind of like giggled about it. And then she's like, these people are fucking dumb, piece of shit, blah, blah. And then she left. And then immediately once she left, like the drunk dude sitting to the other side of her was like, hey man, so I asked that woman if she was your wife. I was like, yeah, I heard. And he was like, yeah, I asked her that because she was like really getting into my personal space and was like really loud and also like reeks of cigarettes and it like really bothered me. But like bro to bro, like I wasn't going to like ask some dude's wife to like move seats and I didn't want to like disrespect you.
So
and I was just
double
like,
down.
And I straight up was just like, I don't know what to respond.
Yeah.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Oh, because so you got stumped.
No, I straight up was like, I don't really know what to say to that because she's obviously an old lesbian, man. And he's like, well, I don't want to judge. And I was like, sometimes it's okay to judge, buddy. Like this is insane.
Yeah.
And then I went to buy him a drink because I was like, hey, sorry. Well, I was like, hey, sorry, my friend was like being
sorry, my wife was
like, sorry, my bitchy old gay wife is being annoying at you.
Yeah.
But I was like, sorry, my friend was like being kind of rude. I'll buy you a drink. And then his buddy, who I don't like, was kind of like, buying drinks. And I was basically like, you're leaving, right? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'll buy you a drink because you're leaving. You know, what's the fucking deal with you?
Yeah.
And the bartenders were like, well, that guy's cut off. But if you want to buy the guy sitting next to you a drink, like, that's fine. And I was like, okay. And they were so drunk that they closed out and went to the bathroom and then went to leave and were like, thanks for the drink, man. That was really nice of you to buy me a drink.
Oh.
I didn't buy him a drink. He was so drunk, he just forgot
that you didn't.
And I was like, you know what, dude? Anything. You know what? Hey, what are friends for? Like, I did the whole, like, water under the bridge, dude. Of course I'll buy you a drink. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, you're a real cool guy, man.
Nice.
I was like, thanks. I really appreciate that. I hope that everything's cool. You know what I mean?
This started off as an example of small talk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you about how I really failed at small talk at Terps one time?
No, what'd you do?
There's this guy talking about how much he loved Chester from Linkin Park. I don't know how we got on the conversation. I was like, yeah. And how did he die again? Like, was he like, you know? And he goes, yeah, he hung himself. And I was like, was he masturbating while doing that?
Yeah,
and he
choke jerked.
Yeah, and he was like, "What the fuck did you just say? Are you serious, dude?" And I was like, I was like taken aback, and then, you know, one of our friends that we mutually know had to step in and was like, and be like, "It's okay, dude. Like, it's cool. He was just.
It's okay. He's just really not funny.
He's just really
It's okay.
stupid.
He's just illiterate when it comes to reading a room. It's okay, dude.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that because this guy was obviously like a huge fan of that guy. So,
did you see that they're making a Mars Volta documentary?
No.
It's gonna be so good. I'm really excited for it. Well,
Wait, which one's the one with the guy with the Joker, dude? That's not Mars Volta, right? Or is that... No, that's 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, Mars Volta was at the drive-in.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, technically the documentary is about Cedric and Omar.
Okay.
It's about like their friendship from like
nice
being in whenever they met, like middle school or high school or whatever in El Paso. And then it goes through at the drive-in and then like through Mars Volta. And then like that band like kind of stopping and then them doing their own thing and then like I guess getting back to, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to be really good. I'm really, I keep on getting ads for it on like Instagram and shit, but I'm very excited.
Oh, speaking of, I got a little movie time.
Do it, Andrew.
So 2 days ago, I watched Heretic.
Did you like it?
You know what? So it was really strong for a long time until the very ending. Like, Jesse and I both did not really like the ending. But basically, the premise is just, it's like...
It's Hugh Grant, right?
It's Hugh Grant, but it's...
I like Hugh Grant.
I love Hugh Grant. But him as a villain is really good. The movie's basically about if Sam Harris was a serial killer.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? It's totally that.
I can definitely see that.
It's just like two Mormon girls go to a guy's house and he's like a super big atheist who's like trying to get one over on them. Yeah. And then it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting, you know. And Hugh Grant, like I said, does a really good job at being like, it's really tense. Like the whole movie's like really tense. But then the ending is just like, ugh, this sucks, you know. But yeah, that's my review of it. It's Sam Harris if he was a serial killer.
That's very funny. I'm trying to think. Oh, you'll get a kick out of this. Guess what movie I watched at someone's birthday party the other day?
What movie is that?
Gladiator, #1.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I hadn't seen that movie in so long.
I love it. It holds up.
That's a very
It's a great. Oh yeah.
Are you not entertained? I wish that people could see the fucking facial expressions that he makes sometimes, where he like stares at me waiting for my reaction, but I'm just like intensely watching him because your face just works in mysterious ways sometimes. It's crazy. It's crazy some of the things that your body does. And we also watched Mummy Returns.
Oh damn. Yeah. No, wait, that's the second one.
Yep, because he's returning.
Is there a third one?
Yes.
No, Scorpion King was 4, right?
Scorpion King isn't part of the Mummy.
What the fuck are you talking about? Of course it is.
I'm sorry. Is it? Or is it a movie that's called The Fucking Scorpion King? No, it's in the Mummy universe, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, Mummy universe.
It's not one of the Mummy movies. No, shut the fuck up. It is.
They mentioned the Scorpion King at some point. I think it's Mummy 3.
No, it's not. You fucking idiot.
Why would they do that?
There's The Mummy, #1.
What?
Then there's The Mummy Returns, which has the end of it is when the Scorpion King comes.
There you go. He's in it.
Yes.
What are you talking about? You admitted it right now. It's part of it.
Are you fucking drunk off of the 4 Twisted Teas you've had?
No.
You fucking idiot.
If the Scorpion King shows up in the movie... The
Scorpion King movie is not called The Mummy for the Scorpion King.
No, of course not.
The Scorpion King is in maybe 10 minutes of the Mummy #2.
Okay.
And then the third Mummy movie you have never seen, and that's called The Dragon Emperor, because that takes place in Tibet.
And it came out into like TV, right?
Something like that. And there's like Yeti and like crazy shit.
But the Scorpion King branches off straight off of #2.
It is in the Mummy universe, because then there's like 2, maybe 3.
Whatever, dude.
But there's because it's not a linear progression. Because there's the Scorpion King has like 1, 2, 3 movies. I think they weren't good.
No, they're not good.
I think they made 2.
It's got the worst CGI that's ever been made.
No, it is. Oh my God, Jordan.
That's what they said.
Shut the. You're making me mad.
What do you mean?
Because you're talking about The Mummy Returns.
Oh, I am? Oh, that's in The Mummy Returns?
I just said that like 4 times.
No.
Oh,
the bad
Jordan.
CGI is in Mummy Returns.
It's
Okay.
in The Mummy Returns.
All right, jeez, calm down.
The Mummy Returns is the one that ends with The Rock, who's like half scorpion with the bad fucking CGI.
Sorry, I'm not a professional at knowing about the linear universe of the Mummy.
You're wrong. And
Which
then
one
you
does Tom
double
Cruise show
and
up
you
in?
Triple down. That's a different franchise. That is when they tried to remake the Universal monster movies, so they used a different mummy. I think it's just called Mummy, not called The Mummy.
Okay.
But that's supposed to be like they were the grand scheme of that was going to be that.
So Tom Cruise isn't playing Brandon Fraser.
I'm going to get a gun and I'm going to put it so far into my mouth that it makes me throw
they
up
looked
before
different.
I pull the trigger.
I thought that wasn't a good cast.
So much. But no, they made 3 Mummy movies. Then they made a couple Scorpion King movies. And that's pretty much where that franchise
died.
Went. And then more recently, they tried to revamp the Universal Monsters, which is like everything that like Abbott and Costello dealt with. You know what I mean? So it's like Wolfman,
Frankenstein,
Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy, Dr. Jekyll, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So then they made the Mummy movie with Tom Cruise and Schmidt from New Girl. And then I'm pretty sure Russell Crowe was Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
Trying to make like an Avengers team type of thing. I didn't hate that movie.
Which one? The Mummy?
Yeah, the Tom Cruise one.
The Tom Cruise Mummy?
Which is very funny because Tom Cruise has every like bullshit little Tom Cruise movie that I've seen I really enjoyed.
Yeah, it's
like,
great.
I really liked Mummy and I really liked Oblivion.
Oh, Oblivion was great, dude.
And I really liked
although it was funny in the end when Morgan Freeman pops out of that little thing. It's just a funny scene.
What are you talking about?
At the end of the Oblivion.
What happens in the movie Oblivion? Explain to me what movie you think is Oblivion.
Okay, so Oblivion is when it's like a sci-fi movie and he's living in that it's got a infinity pool and there's like that ship and they go down the ground. I forget, they're like looking for something or not looking. They're trying to get rid of some people hiding in the ground. I think there's a circle machine. Anyway, there's a barrier he's not supposed to go past, and he goes past it and he finds his girl, and it's a memory of his old wife, I think. Look, I haven't seen it forever, but I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job.
You're doing better than I thought you would.
Okay.
I mean, you're still not.
Yeah. So he finds her and then he's like, what the fuck is going on? It turns out all these little sections have different versions of him. No?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they do. Okay. And then there's a mothership in the outer space and he has to get there with Morgan Freeman. Don't ask me where he came from. But they get there and it's a surprise attack on the mothership. They didn't know that Morgan Freeman was going to be in there.
You did way better than I thought you would have. I'll give you credit on that one.
And the music is M83 and it's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's got a great soundtrack.
Yeah, that movie, I really like that movie. I remember watching that movie at my grandparents' house.
Yeah, it's a fucking. I saw it in theaters.
I saw it on like the Sci-Fi. I saw like the second half of it on the Sci-Fi channel on my grandparents' computer or on my grandparents' TV, and then like had to wait until commercials would be like go to the TV guide channel to see what the fuck movie I was watching, and then I like put it in my phone, and then later went and like found it online.
What's the other one? It was with Emily Blunt, the one that's like Groundhog's Day.
Oh, not the day after. It's the
Army of World.
No. I know what you're talking. I really like that one too, where he keeps on being reincarnated.
Yeah,
they really the aliens.
Yeah, it's a very strange.
That one's really cool. That one's almost like Warhammer pilled a little bit, where it's like the alien like cursed him to like keep on coming back to life, but he like remembers everything. So then they just like keep on training him, and then like he dies and then comes back and keeps on knowing stuff. Speaking
of Tom Cruise, I think he would have done a really good job in that Heretic movie as Hugh Grant is like you could trade both of them out is what I'm trying to say.
I don't know. I think.
Oh, by the way, Hugh Grant only wants to play villains from now on. Isn't that interesting?
He would make a good villain.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure that movie is good, but like I think that he probably did a wonderful job, and I like it when guys like that go villain.
Yeah.
You know who I want to see as like an actual villain in a movie?
Who?
I can't think of it. Pierce Brosnan.
I feel like hasn't he been a villain? He stole an art piece off the wall one time.
Well, I want to see like old man because he looks really
Thomas
cool.
Crown Affair.
He looks really cool as like an old man. I just watched Black Adam actually.
Oh yeah.
Which I really don't like Dwayne The Rock Johnson as a person. He's so up his own ass and annoying.
Yeah.
And it's really funny because I remember
I used to like him a lot.
I know you did. You really liked him. That was one of your phases.
I was not that much of a Rock,
you know who's
dude.
gonna save the planet?
What?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You know who I'm gonna vote for president?
Dude, I was never a vote for Dwayne The Rock Johnson guy.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. It was crazy.
No.
It was insane how much Jordan was like.
No,
dude,
you're just fucking lying now.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock out.
No.
I'm gonna rock out with my rock out, dude.
No, I've been much more of a. You know who I love?
Joe Rogan.
No, I don't. No, that was a long time ago, bro.
That was one of your phases.
I liked Hugh Grant, and then there was who I always get Hugh Grant mixed with who's the like? There's something about Mary, the blue
What?
What's his name, dude? Ben Stiller.
You get Hugh Grant and Ben Stiller mixed up.
Kind of, yeah. I do get it mixed up.
Okay, we're done.
No, we're not done.
No, we are done.
No, we're not done.
Jordan, say bye. We're going to Patreon.
Okay, bye.
Andrew, please!